Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today.
Better get the cool slow, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
In a previous video, I talked about how actress Skai Jackson was in some baby mama drama with her baby daddy DeAndre Bergen. And I'm sitting here scratching my head, wondering why a successful black woman like Skai Jackson has gone out here and decided to choose a guy like DeAndre Bergen to be the man that she wanted to get involved with and have a child with. Now, I have been scratching my head for over 30 years, wondering why black women always choose these Pookie type guys over quality brothers, and it's a question I was asking myself way back in 1989 when I was looking to get involved with a girl I was interested in, and she basically told me that I could do nothing for her as she was getting involved with this 23-year-old guy who was in and out of jail. Now, she told me that this guy was better than me by telling me I could do nothing for her, and ever since that time when I was 15 years old, I have still been trying to figure out why is it that black girls and black women will go out here and choose these Pookie type guys over regular brothers like me who are out here looking to do well in school, looking to go to college, looking to go get a legitimate job, and looking to go out here and build a family and a household. Why is it that black women won't choose the regular brothers who are on point, but will get involved with a Pookie? That's something that I have been wondering about for over 30 years, and when I look at Skai Jackson, it just makes me wonder, why is it all the time that when you have a black girl who has all this promise, instead of her going out here to go out here and get involved with a guy who's on a similar trajectory, she goes out here and scrapes the bottom of the barrel and goes get Pookie out of the gutter and presents that guy as the guy she wants to get involved with. Now, from my years of doing research on relationships, I noticed that when it comes to people get involved with someone who is a reflection of them, and as they get involved with someone who is a reflection of them, they show who they really are in the partner that they choose. And I'm wondering if there's really something wrong with a lot of black women out here like Skai Jackson, if they're out here getting involved with a guy like DeAndre Bergen, a guy who's basically been in and out of jail, starting with in his early years. I mean, this guy basically was put in jail for several months for violating a restraining, for violating his parole as related to things. And basically, as he violated his parole, he was doing 90 days in jail and basically was arrested before that for something else. And out of all the guys out here, this is the one that Skai Jackson chooses to get involved with. And I'm wondering why you would choose to get involved with this guy and have this guy be the reflection of yourself. That's the critical question I have to ask as related to Skai Jackson. I mean, here you have a young woman who, again, has all the promise in the world. You just starred in a Disney sitcom. Again, this is a very respected job. You're on the way to possibly having a promising career in entertainment. But instead of looking to find a man who will go out here and be that reflection of you, that will be a positive one, and you're not looking for a guy who will be a leader, who will give you guidance. No, you choose an immature male to be the reflection of you, an immature male who is incapable of taking care of himself, because it's clear that he can't even take responsibility for himself, because he's basically at an early age going out here and getting involved in all sorts of nonsense, and basically just, again, violated his parole and shows, again, no sense of taking responsibility for himself. And this is the man you choose to get involved with, and you choose to get involved with him. And out of all the brothers out here, and again, scratching my head, wondering why you chose this dude out of all the dudes out here to get involved with. I mean, all these brothers out here going to college, all these brothers out here working in the skilled trades, all these brothers working good jobs, and again, you choose this guy to get involved with, and even worse, you choose to get pregnant by this dude. I mean, this is what has me scratching my head, because I've seen this whole pattern evolve over the time over the last 30 years. I mean, you'll have sisters out here when I was going to places like Park West and Taft High School. Again, sisters out here making good grades, getting their education and stuff, and their boyfriends are these Pookies. And again, they get involved with this guy out of all the guys. They wind up losing all their promise because they get pregnant by this dude. They go out here, they get pregnant by this dude, and then instead of them going on to have success, they go out here and wind up becoming baby mamas and wind up miserable in the company of a dude who doesn't really respect them at all. And I have to wonder if they want or actually respect themselves. That's another critical question I have to ask regarding black women like Skai Jackson, because I see them, again, they go out here, they have all of this success with their careers, but when it comes down to the men they get involved with, they're complete failures. They go out here and instead of, again, choosing a dude who's on point, they go out here and choose this dude who basically is stuck in a state of arrested development, like this guy DeAndre Bergen allegedly is. I mean, dude is basically in a state of arrested development. He doesn't want to take the leadership role in the relationship based on what some reports say. Now, according to some reports, they say that when this man heard about how he had to take responsibility for the woman who he was having a sexual relationship with, he basically has been upset and again attacking this woman, physically abusing her, participating in domestic violence, telling her that she needed to drink bleach while she was pregnant to get rid of the baby because he was not ready to be a man, and take the leadership role as related to being the head that God had established. And instead of him looking to be the head that God established, this biracial, light-skinned baby boy, basically out here like Jody in the movie Baby Boy, goes out here and is bringing this woman down as related to, again, his role as a man, not looking to be that father or that husband who will elevate this woman. No, he's looking to go out here and look to attack this woman for having the audacity to go out and become pregnant after they had sex, because for him, he's basically, again, still stuck in the state of arrested development, thinking, oh, I got this fly woman, but also on a subconscious level, again, doesn't want to be that leader at all, and again, doesn't believe he deserves this kind of woman, and that possibly is a motivation for him abusing Skai Jackson, because he knows that she is out of his league, and since she knows he's out of his league, the problem with this guy, DeAndre Bergen, is he's basically jealous of his own woman, upset about his own woman having all of this success. But I have to wonder, why do black women go out here and choose this kind of dude to get with in the first place? Now, some of these black women will sit there and say, oh, it's because there's some so-called shortage of black men. That's the narrative that black women like Terry McMillan wanted to push back in my generation. That's what that woman wanted to try to say. But I believe that that's a lie, because again, there were guys like me out here back in the 90s, guys like me trying to get ourselves together, trying to get ourselves established, looking to get ourselves in a place where we could be the heads as related to our household, looking to set order. But many black women didn't want to work with us in the high school days. They didn't want to work with us as we were working to get A's in school. They didn't want to work with us as we were trying to go to college. They didn't want to work with us as we were on entry-level jobs. No, what we would get is rolled eyes and suck teeth if we go out here and even try to approach them. And instead of looking to approach the brothers who are out here looking to get ourselves together, what they looked to do was try to find one of these hoopty Pookies and looking to try to think that they could fix him up. That's the whole mindset that some of these black women like Skai Jackson have, again, thinking, oh, I'll get this guy and fix him up, similar to what some folks do think you can do with an old hoopty car like an old Cutlass or old Monte Carlo. Think, oh, I can just go out here and find the parts to fix him up. But sadly, when it comes down to men, what many black women don't understand is that a man is as is, and he is what his mother made him. And if his mother didn't make him right, what will happen is you're going to be dealing with a broken man that can't be fixed. No, you can't fix no broken man, because like the late David Carroll used to say, if mama effed him up, then he's effed up because, again, mama effed him up. And again, he's broken by mama because mama was his first teacher. And if mama didn't teach him his role as a man, and if dad wasn't there to give him the structure to learn how to function as a man, you're not going to be dealing with a man. You're going to be dealing with a male who's looking to, again, take from you because he doesn't know how to give you anything. This is what Dondra T. Whitfield talked about as related to his podcast. He always talks about, a man is about what he wants to give you. And again, this guy can't give you anything because his parents gave him no values, gave him no moral position, did not teach him his role in God's order, did not teach him how to be a head, did not teach him how to be a steward and be responsible for you. And there's no way you can fix him because your job is to help meet his needs, but there's no way to help meet the needs of a dysfunctional Pookie. No, you can't help Pookie at all. No, he's broken and damaged, and you don't have the manual or the parts to know how to fix him the way folks can do with a Cutlass or a Monte Carlo. I mean, with a Cutlass or a Monte Carlo, at least you can possibly find the parts to rebuild that car at the junkyard, or you can find the parts at different websites. If you want to get new parts, if you want to build you a new G-body, you can, again, put that together. You can also add parts like an LS engine if you want to put that in the engine bay. I mean, and you can do different things. But when it comes down to men are as is, and sadly many sisters don't understand this from an early age. I know some of them come from single mother households or divorced households, and they never understood the importance of, again, understanding how important it is to know how to choose a man. And you have to know how to choose a man based on criteria given to you by your father. I mean, your father is the first man in your life, and if the first relationship between your father and your mother isn't good, it's going to affect the type of guy you choose. And I just wonder if that whole situation with Skai Jackson is the same one I saw growing up back in the 80s, where a lot of these girls grew up in situations where they didn't have their father in their life. They had this man, they had her with different men, and never saw an example of actual manhood or masculinity. And because they didn't see that actual manhood and masculinity, they went looking for love and looking for attention, and that possibly led to them looking to get with Pookie, because Pookie was the first one to pay them some attention. Because a lot of times when you have a single mother or a divorced mother, she gets angry at her daughter, and as she gets angry at her daughter for being in a place where she is in her prime, what she does is go out here and look to sabotage her daughter. And that's what I have to possibly believe is one of the reasons why many daughters got involved with Pookie. Again, no guidance, no father in the home to model manhood for her, no mother to, again, give her guidance because her emotional needs weren't met, and she was angry and jealous of her daughter because she would have to compete with her in the social marketplace, and possibly angry and frustrated about her daughter being in her prime and basically sabotaging her daughter, again, putting her on the road to getting with Pookie. And I have to wonder, why is it that black women, out of all women in the world, just choose Pookie at a larger rate than other races? I mean, I know that there are some white women who choose Pookies. I know that there's Asian women who choose Asian Pookies, and Indian women that choose Indian Pookies, and Arab women who choose Arab Pookies. But with black women, there's just always a lot of them choosing Pookies, have all this promise in the world from junior high school and high school, but choose the worst guys to get involved with. I mean, I'm wondering, again, is this how she sees herself? Is this how you see yourself? Because this is not just Sky Jackson that I see like this. I mean, Halle Bailey is the same thing. I mean, Halle Bailey comes from, again, a middle class family like Sky Jackson does, and not looking for the middle class brothers who are out here, because there are middle class brothers out here. They're not getting a passport to look for a foreign woman. They're not looking for white girls. They're looking for black girls, and from my experience, brothers be looking for black girls first, looking for a woman who looks like them and looks to make her a reflection of themselves. But many of these sisters, because they have low self-esteem, I believe, what they do is go out here and choose a guy like Pookie, and choose a guy like Pookie possibly because of the dysfunctional models they have seen from women in their neighborhood, because, again, your mother is your first teacher, and they're thinking, oh, I can fix this guy. No, you can't fix a man. No, again, you're the follower, and you're looking to help meet that man's needs. And again, you're not going to respect any man that you fix, because, again, a man that you gotta fix is one that's already that relationship is broken, because the man's job is to lead, the man's job is to teach, the man's job is to provide and protect. And if he can't go out here and lead in the first place, again, you're going to be with a toxic dude who's going to be resentful of you, like in the case of this DeAndre Bergen. He's resentful of Sky Jackson. And again, I'm wondering why she chose this kind of guy, because a lot of these chicks, they go out here and choose these kind of guys out of all the guys out here in the social marketplace. And some of these chicks will say, oh, that guy is boring, or that guy is whack, when really it's that they don't want to submit to that man. They don't want to follow that man's lead. They think they can outsmart this other dude, but this other dude winds up becoming a liability, and eventually becomes an anchor, and becomes somebody who basically messes you up, like in the case of this DeAndre Bergen. I mean, what I see with Sky Jackson is something I see all with many sisters out here who had careers and basically wound up being able to go nowhere. They eventually became baby mamas stuck in dead-end jobs because they decided to get with this guy, and this guy basically became jealous and insecure when he started to see her having success. And as he saw her having success, she couldn't bring this guy into her world, because he was the worst thing as a reflection. He again would embarrass her. This is the guy who you can't take the business functions because he don't know how to dress. He's wearing sagging pants and Timberland spiced hands at a Christmas party at your office. He's out here talking about all sorts of foolishness, and you can't bring this guy anywhere because he's an embarrassment to you. And that's the situation that Sky Jackson is currently in. And again, a situation I saw your grandmothers be in back when I was in high school, back when I was in college. I mean, these chicks would get out here and get with these guys, and as they would get with these guys, what would happen to them is that all their promise would be sucked away by this guy, as they wound up making them into baby mamas. And I'm just wondering, again, why is it that black women choose Pookie instead of a quality man? Why is it that black women go out here and choose Pookie out of all the men? I mean, they'll even, if they change races, go out here and get white Pookie or Asian Pookie. Out of all the men out here, all the boys out here, why do you always choose Pookie? And why do you always choose Pookie? And why do you always try to fix him? Again, following a paradigm of failure you've seen fail generation after generation. There's no fixing this dude. No, there's no fixing this dude because mama effed him up. And mama effed him up, and now that mama's messed him up, there's no fixing him at all. No, unless God steps in and fixes that guy, there's nothing you can do. But I wonder why out of all the things, all the women, black women, always choosing a Pookie. Again, out of all the guys out here, this is the guy they get involved with, and then they wind up getting burned. Then they want to say, all men ain't no good. No, the problem is that you don't know how to pick a good man, and you don't have anybody there to help you vet to find a good man. No, since dad's not there to help you in the vetting process, and not there to go out here and be a part of that process, I mean, I just wonder why you just keep picking these Pookies. I mean, you see that this guy, again, got no job, got nothing going for him. I look at Skai Jackson and again, I just shake my head because dude has a criminal record. Dude has no job, has no sense of prospects, and again, no ability to take care of himself. Out of all the guys in the entertainment business, this is the one you decide to pick. I mean, all the guys out here, guys who got stuff going on, guys who got businesses going. I mean, there's all sorts of guys out here, and this is the one you choose. And again, there's got to be something wrong with someone who continues to choose these type of guys generation after generation. There's got to be something wrong with the culture of women when the only guys they choose are ones far below the standards of success that they have. I mean, there's got to be something wrong here as related to things that you sitting up here thinking about that the best you can do is deal with baby mama drama, deal with guys with restraining orders, deal with trying to get child support out of a guy. I mean, this is what boggles my mind with Skai Jackson. You're trying to deal with trying to talk about getting child support from this dude, a guy who basically doesn't have a job, a guy who has a record and again will have it hard to get a job. You're trying to go out here and get this guy to pay child support, and I'm sitting up there wondering, again, you're an entertainer who's doing better than this dude, and again, you can't see your own worth, because if you saw your own worth, you wouldn't be dealing with this type of guy. No, you wouldn't be dealing with this type of guy. You would understand that the sky is the limit, but sadly Skai Jackson doesn't understand that the sky is falling, and it's falling because she refuses to take responsibility for her choices. She refuses to take accountability for her choices, and that's why she, like many black women who came before her, choose Pookie, because they don't want to look at the world, don't want to look at the world and see that they are the reason they're in the situation they're in. The broad reason why you're having baby mama drama with a toxic dude is because you don't want to look in the mirror and see that you're the problem. You don't want to look in the mirror and see that you're the problem, and that the sky is falling for a woman like Skai Jackson and many black women who choose a Pookie because they don't know how to go out here and take responsibility for the choices they make in their lives. Now, if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint, you can read about a faded former teen sitcom star like Skai Jackson in my book All About Marilyn, and you can also pick up the companion book All About Nikki the Fabulous first season to see the same type of sitcom that Skai Jackson starred in, and you can also pick up my men's issues books like My 70% of Black Women Are Single and The Woman Crisis to learn a bit more about why women like Skai Jackson choose Pookies and why they wind up having to deal with the consequences of those choices. And if you want to see me make more videos taking celebrities to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, All About Nikki, a fabulous first season. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless in this absolutely fabulous African-American 1990s teen sitcom. Get all 13 episodes of All About Nikki, the fabulous first season, in paperback and e-readers today.
Support black-owned and black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.